Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Phoenix Christian High School. We're here for a 2A Hoopcoming battle between the home Phoenix Christian Cougars and the visiting Tempe Prep Knights. Tempe Prep Knights, coached by Antonio McClary in his first year with the ball club. They come in with a record of 3-12. The Phoenix Christian home Cougars are coached by Coach James Poovey. They come in with an overall record of 15-6 in her 5th year here with the Cougar program. Should be a good one here tonight on the JV Sports Show YouTube channel. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with some 2A basketball right after this. And don't go anywhere, as we have a doubleheader for you this evening with the guys coming up just about 7:30 tonight. Stay tuned on the JV Sports Show channel. We'll be right back here with 2A Hoops. James here to tell you about TBA, Training Better Athletes. Founded by renowned offensive line coach Ron Sowers, their philosophy is based upon training and building well-rounded athletes and young men. They are the go-to training program for talented offensive and defensive linemen seeking to excel in middle and high school programs and preparing to excel at the next level. Coach Sowers continues to prepare student athletes for their collegiate careers at schools such as Notre Dame, Arizona State, and Oregon State, just to name a few. Contact TBA today at 602-435-9064 or visit their website at trainingbetterAthletes.com. You can't cheat the grind.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Phoenix Christian Prep's Cougar Gymnasium and tonight's 2A Valley Region contest between the Knights of Tempe Prep and your Phoenix Christian Cougars. Before we meet tonight's starting lineups, we would ask that you would rise if you were able, and gentlemen, please remove your caps, as we are opened up in a word of prayer offered tonight by PC's sophomore guard, Henrietta Camara. If you would, following the prayer, please remain standing for the presentation of our national anthem.
Father God, I just want to thank you for bringing Tempe Prep to PC. Father God, I want to thank you for the coaches. Father God, I want to have a good game with my team and no injuries. Amen.
Welcome to Phoenix Christian High School this evening. We'll turn it over now to our public address announcer, Keith Baker, with the starting lineups.
And now let's meet tonight's starting lineups, beginning first of all with the Knights of Tempe Prep and head coach Antonio McClary. Please welcome number 10, Julia Cady. Number 22, Grace Newman. Number 23, Natalie Whitmer. Number 25, Alanis Trevino. And number 35, Deja Signs. And now here are the starters for your Phoenix Christian Cougars and head coach James Poovey. Number 2, Gali Rivero. Number 5, Nancy Felix. Number 10, Henrietta Camara. Number 13, Malia Town. Number 22, Ainsley Ebert. Our AIA assigned officials for tonight's game are Mr. Michael Los Cicero and Mr. Jeffrey Hatch.
We are ready to roll here inside Phoenix Christian High School, a 2A battle between the home Phoenix Christian Lady Cougars and the visiting Tempe Prep Knights. So glad you joined us here this evening on the JV Sports Show YouTube channel. James Poovey coming to you live courtside here alongside my producer Greg Jones. Our camera operators Ben Consalvo and Kat Jones helping us out tonight. We got 2 cameras for you. It's going to be a great game here. We're about ready to tip things off. Number 22 is going to tip it off for Tempe Prep, Grace Newman. And for the Cougars, it'll be the opposite number 22, Ainsley Ebert, the captain for the Cougars. Here we go. Cougars control the tip. Number 2, Gali Rivero gets it up court very quickly to number 5, Nancy Felix. No good, rebounded there by 22, Grace Newman for Tempe Prep. Here comes 35, Dacia Signs up the floor for the Knights. It's stolen by Gali Rivero. Gali Rivero swings it underneath the basket, trying to find Henrietta Camaro. Unable to control the basketball. Out of bounds, Knights basketball. Number 10, Julia Cady will inbound, the sophomore for Tempe Prep. That one stolen away at midcourt there by Henrietta Camaro, up the field and up the court in a hurry. Switching hands at the hoop, it's number 22, Ainsley Ebert, up and in. A timeout on the floor right away here by Tempe Prep. 7:28 remaining here in the first quarter. So we'll step aside, take a quick timeout with them. You're watching 2A basketball here on the JV Sports Show YouTube channel. Right back to Phoenix Christian after this.
Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. Angel Dentistry is where my wife and I have gone for the past 10 years and can't think of going anywhere else. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and practiced in the Valley nearly 20 years. Dr. Angel and her staff strive to provide excellent customer service from the moment you call the office to the time you leave with a smile. From general to comprehensive dental services, call.
Welcome back to Phoenix Christian. Tempe Prep inbounds the basketball. 7.5 minutes remaining here. Traveling violation. Turnover. It'll be Cougars ball. On the near inbounds, it'll be Henrietta Camaro inbounding to number 2, Gali Rivero. 2-0 Cougars here early in the first quarter. Camaro with the basketball now. She moves it around, dribbling between the circles, tries to get it into Ainsley Ebert. She moves it around the perimeter, tries to get it back to Camaro. Loose ball. Backcourt violation now on the Cougars. So Tempe Prep will control here with 7:06 remaining in the first quarter. Number 10, Julia Cady, the sophomore for Tempe Prep, will inbound it. Dacia Signs, the other sophomore. Nice assist there into number 25, Alanis Trevino, the senior, underneath the basket for 2. And we're all tied up here now from Phoenix Christian, 2 apiece early in the first quarter. Ainsley Ebert tries to work the ball to the inside. It stays with the Cougars. 6:51 remaining here in quarter number 1. Number 13, Malia Town inbounds. It's stolen there. Number 23, Natalie Whitmer, the junior for Tempe Prep. Up the court in a hurry. It's Dacia Signs. And at the rim, no good, number 25, Alanis Trevino, but it's rebounded there by Tempe Prep's 22, Grace Newman. She's up and misses. And that one rebounded by Gali Rivero, and the Cougars will bring it the other way. 6.5 remain here in the first quarter. Loose ball out of bounds off of the Cougars. It'll be Tempe Prep Knights basketball. Another timeout on the floor, so we'll step outside and take the timeout with them. You're watching 2A basketball here on the JV Sports Show YouTube channel. We'll be right back to Phoenix Christian after this.
James here to tell you about TBA, Training Better Athletes. Founded by renowned offensive line coach Ron Sowers, their philosophy is based upon training and building well-rounded athletes and young men. They are the go-to training program for talented offensive.
Welcome back to Phoenix Christian. 2 apiece here, 6:24 remaining in the first quarter. The Tempe Prep Knights and the Phoenix Christian Cougars. The ladies up here in tonight's doubleheader. They got the first draw. We'll have the fellows coming up shortly after around 7:30 p.m. local time. That one out of bounds. It'll stay down on the Tempe Prep end. 6:10 remaining here in the first quarter. 2 apiece. Knights and Cougars. The Knights inbound the basketball. Alanis Trevino up and no good. Rebound at that time by number 23, Natalie Whitmer. Another loose ball, and it's going to be recovered there by number 10, Julia Cady. Rivero back to Kamara, back to Rivero. She dribbles between the circles. They work it to the near perimeter now to Nancy Felix. Goes back to Gali Rivero. She sees a lane on the inside. A nice assist underneath the basket to number 22, Ainsley Ebert. Up and in for two. 4-2 Cougars now here early in quarter number one. 5.5 remaining. Daisha Signs from long range, no good. Rebounded there by number 25 for Tempe Prep, Alanis Trevino. 22, Grace Newman with a shot, no good. That one rebounded by Nancy Felix for the Cougars. And she's going to bring it up the floor. Henrietta Kamara from the near corner for three, no good. Off a fellow Cougar, that is number 13, Malia Town, out of bounds. It's Tempe Prep basketball. The Cougars leading 4-2 here in the first quarter. Coming to you live on the JV Sports Show YouTube channel from Phoenix Christian High School. Stolen by Nancy Felix, up the court to Gali Rivero, and in for two. 6-2 Cougars. Now they extend their lead to 4. Just under 5 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Tempe Prep now with a fast break of their own, and a nice assist there from Daisha Signs. And that one up and in by number 22, Grace Newman, the senior, for the Knights. 6-4 here. Henrietta Kamara now on the far side. She kicks it out to Malia Town. She shoots, no good. Rebounded there by Nancy Felix. And another rebound under the basket that time. Number 22, Ainsley Ebert. A hustle play on the far sideline. Tip ball there. The AIA official indicates. Gali Rivero now drives the lane, and she is fouled. That foul is going to be on number 22, Grace Newman. That's her first team foul for Tempe Prep. That'll send number 2, Gali Rivero, to the line for the Cougars, and she'll shoot 2. First one up and in for Gali Rivero. Hoopcoming here tonight at Phoenix Christian. Gali Rivero good with free throw number 2, extending the Cougars' lead now to 8-4. 4:22 remaining here in the first quarter from Phoenix Christian High School. Up the floor now. Stolen that time by Ainsley Ebert of the Phoenix Christian Cougars. They tried to get it over to number 23, Natalie Whitmer, the junior for the Knights. Defense on there by Coach Poovey and the Cougars. Gali Rivero now from the top of the key over to Malia Town. Back to Rivero. She dribbles past the defender, shoots and misses. That one rebounded there by the Tempe Prep Knights, 25, Alanis Trevino, and a carrying violation on Trevino. So a turnover there for the Knights, and it'll be Cougar basketball. Henrietta Kamara to inbound now for Phoenix Christian, as Gali Rivero brings it across the midcourt line. Nancy Felix now down to the inside to Malia Town. Back out as Gali Rivero dribbles around the perimeter, shoots and scores. A nice pull-up shooter there for Gali Rivero. Cougars now 10-4 over Tempe Prep. Half-court press now for the Cougars. That one batted away there by Ainsley Ebert and ultimately recovered by Gali Rivero. She drives the lane to an open Henrietta Kamara, no good, off the window. Nancy Felix with the rebound. Gali Rivero to the top of the key where Ainsley Ebert is no good for 3. Rebounded that time by Malia Town. Now it'll be Gali Rivero for 3, no good, it rims out. Town with the rebound, Ebert now with the rebound of her own. And the Cougars maintain possession. Gali Rivero, another 3, no good. And this one ultimately rebounded there by Tempe Prep's number 23, Natalie Whitmer. So we have a timeout on the floor, 30-second timeout. We'll step aside, take the timeout with them. You're watching 2A basketball here on the JV Sports Show YouTube channel. Right back.
James here to tell you about TBA, Training Better Athletes. Founded by renowned offensive line coach Ron Sowers, their philosophy is based upon training and building well-rounded athletes and young men. They are the go-to training program for talented offensive and defensive linemen seeking to excel in middle and high school programs and preparing to excel at the next level. Coach Sowers continues to prepare student athletes for their collegiate careers at schools such as Notre Dame, Arizona State, and Oregon State, just to name a few. Contact TBA today at 602-435.
Welcome back to Phoenix Christian High School. The Phoenix Christian Cougars on top of the Tempe Prep Knights by a score of 10-4. Just over 2 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Fast break now for the Cougars. Gali Rivero up and no good. Rebounded there by Nancy Felix. Henrietta Camaro gets the ball, and Ainsley Ebert steps up and shoots from a mid-range jumper. 12-4 Cougars now. 2:30 remaining here in the first quarter. Once again, a carry by number 25, Alanis Trevino, the senior there for Tempe Prep. Turnover for the Knights. It'll be Cougars basketball. Henrietta Camara inbounds to Gali Rivero, who brings it across the time stripe. On the far side now, it's Gali Rivero for three. No good off the rim. A hustle play there by Camara, but it's turned over. It'll be Tempe Prep basketball. Dacia Signs brings it across for the Knights. She meets the full court press or half court press of the Cougars. Up and no good for number 10 at Julia Cady. It's rebounded by PC, and here they come. A nice bounce pass there from Henrietta Camara to number 5, Nancy Felix. She misses on the layup. It's rebounded there by Tempe Prep, and they bring it back across midcourt in a hurry. Signs now controls for the Knights. Over to number 22, Grace Newman, and a traveling violation on the Knights. So the Cougars will inbound it here. 1:44 remaining in the first quarter. 12-4, Phoenix Christian on top of Tempe Prep. Ainsley Ebert switches hands off the window and in for two. 14-4 Cougars now. A minute and a half remaining here in the first quarter. Signs once again brings it across, and she is fouled. That one's going to be assessed to number 5, Nancy Felix. Her first foul, first team foul for Phoenix Christian. Checking in now for the Knights, it's number 5, Gabriella Sabo, the freshman for Coach Antonio McClary. Signs up the floor now to Trevino. She dribbles it around, passes off to number 22, Grace Newman, who travels and turns over the basketball. 1:16 remain here in the first quarter. PC inbounds, and number 2, Gali Rivero, brings it across and sets up the play. Over to Camara. Back to Rivero, looking for a long-range jumper. Ebert now controls it on the perimeter, and she fires away and hits for three. Ainsley Ebert for three. 17-4 Phoenix Christian. Just under a minute remaining here in the first quarter. Half-court press now, nearly stolen that time by Nancy Felix, but unfortunately she is going to draw the foul. That one is assessed to Henrietta Camara, her second team foul for Phoenix Christian. Non-shooting foul, so Tempe Prep will inbound from the far side. Signs over to Trevino, and she carries again. 44.8 ticks remain here in the first quarter. Gali Rivero now jogs it up the floor for Phoenix Christian. Over to Nancy Felix, dribbles around the defender, puts it up, no good. It's rebounded there by Julia Cady, and here come the Knights. It's Dacia Signs now bringing it up the floor for Tempe Prep. Grace Newman now over to Julia Cady. They try to get it back across the floor to Alanis Trevino, but it's turned over, and once again, Cougar basketball. So glad you joined us here this evening on the JV Sports Show YouTube channel. Hope you joined a little Friday night basketball here from the Metro Phoenix area. About wrapped up here with quarter number 1. Nancy Felix now on the perimeter, over to Henrietta Camara. She fires for three, no good. Rebounded there by number 10, Julia Cady, the sophomore for the Knights. And that is how our first quarter will end. Our score, Phoenix Christian 17, Tempe Prep 4. You're watching 2A basketball here on the JV Sports Show YouTube channel. We'll be right back to Phoenix Christian after this.
James here to tell you about TBA, Training Better Athletes. Founded by renowned offensive line coach Ron Sowers, their philosophy is based upon training and building well-rounded athletes and young men. They are the go-to training program for talented offensive and defensive linemen seeking to excel in middle and high school programs and preparing to excel at the next level. Coach Sowers continues to prepare student athletes for their collegiate careers at schools such as Notre Dame, Arizona State, and Oregon State, just to name a few. Contact TBA today at 602-435-9064 or visit their website at trainingbetterAthletes.com. You can't cheat the grind.
Welcome back to Phoenix Christian High School. We're about ready for our second quarter here. Hoopcoming 2020, live on the JV Sports Show YouTube channel. Hope you're having a great evening. Hope you've had a great week, wherever you may be tuned in from. 17-4 Cougars as we begin the second quarter of play here, live from Phoenix Christian High School. Special thanks to our support staff here this evening, producer Greg Jones, our camera operators Kat Jones and Ben Consalvo up in the crow's nest. Number 10, Julia Cady, now the sophomore, will inbound for Tempe Prep. And we're underway in quarter number 2. They try to get it up to Trevino. Unfortunately, too many steps, and she travels. Coach Antonio McClary, in his first season with the Tempe Prep Knights, has a young roster, a lot of freshmen and sophomores, but a lot of promise on this ball club, and nowhere to go but up for this ball club for Coach McClary as he continues to build up here in his first year with Tempe Prep. Cougars now working the ball to the inside. It's Ainsley Ebert back out now to Gali Rivero, who works the lane. She kicks it off to Malia Town off the window, and no good. Bringing it up now for Tempe Prep. It's number 12, Tykira Jordan, the senior for the Knights. Off the window and in at the basket. It's number 10, Julia Cady, the sophomore for Tempe Prep. So they put 2 more on the board now, 17-6 Cougars here in the second. Gali Rivero now work at the perimeter. Over to number 5, Nancy Felix, back to Henrietta Kamara. Ainsley Ebert tries to get the ball inside. She finds an open Nancy Felix on the perimeter. She shoots, no good. Rebounded there by Tempe Prep, and now once again, Tykira Jordan will bring it up for the Knights. Over to Signs. They bring it across, trying to find number 22, Grace Newman. It's stolen there by the other 22, Ainsley Ebert. Nancy Felix drives to the basket, and she is fouled. Foul is going to be assessed to number 12, Tykira Jordan. That's her first, second team foul for Tempe Prep. And that will send number 5, Nancy Felix, to the line for Phoenix Christian. She'll shoot 2. First one no good for Felix. Checking in the ballgame now for Tempe Prep, number 14, Hannah Frazier. And for the Cougars, it'll be number 30, Jalen Ross, the sophomore. 6 minutes, 36 seconds remain here in the first half from Phoenix Christian. Second one rims out, no good. Possible lane violation there, according to our AIA officiating crew. So turnover essentially for Phoenix Christian. It'll be Tempe Prep basketball. 6.5 minutes remaining here in the first half. That one's stolen by Henrietta Kamara. She tries to find Nancy Felix. She does. Off the window, no good. It's rebounded there nearly by Gali Rivero, and she is fouled. That one will be assessed to number 25, Alanis Trevino, her third foul. Or excuse me, that's her first, the third team foul for Tempe Prep. Non-shooting foul, so Ainsley Ebert will inbound for the Cougars. She finds Gali Rivero, who pulls up and nearly hits from outside. Rebounded there by Ainsley Ebert, nicely off the window, no good. And Tempe Prep's number 10, Julia Cady, the sophomore, with the rebound. Once again, here comes Tykira Jordan bringing it up for the Knights. Number 14, Hannah Frazier, One too many steps there for Tempe Prep. Here comes Gali Rivero and the Cougars. Over to Henrietta Kamara. And we have an offensive foul that time on number 2, Gali Rivero. Her first, third team foul for Phoenix Christian. Jordan, once again, the senior, brings it up for Tempe Prep. Underneath the basket, they try to find number 10, Julia Cady. She loses the handle. A jump ball is the call. Possession will go to Phoenix Christian. 5:45 remaining here in the first half. 17-6 Cougars. As Gali Rivero brings it up the floor now for Phoenix Christian. Over to Nancy Felix. They swing it around. It's Felix from the far side. Off the rim, no good. A nice effort under the basket there. Ainsley Ebert with the rebound, the basket, and the foul. Foul assessed to number 10, Julia Cady, the sophomore, her first. That's the fourth team foul for Tempe Prep. 22, Ainsley Ebert for the Cougars will go to the line and shoot 2 as they lead here, 19-6. Just under 5.5 minutes remaining in the first half. That one up and in for Ebert. They extend their lead 20-6 now over Tempe Prep. Tykira Jordan now brings it up to Cady. She loses the handle, and here comes Gali Rivero and the Cougars. She might take it all the way up, and she does. Up and in. Gali Rivero not to be denied on that one. 22-6 now Cougars. 5:06 remaining here. Half-court press once again for Coach Poovey and Phoenix Christian. Henrietta Kamara with a steal after a nice defensive play there for Jalen Ross. Kamara switches hands off the window, no good. Rebound there by number 21, Aurora Grimwade, the freshman. The ball ultimately turned over by the Cougars. It'll be Knights basketball with 4:49 remaining, and we have a full timeout on the floor. So we'll step aside and take the timeout with them. You're watching 2A basketball here on the JV Sports Show YouTube channel. We'll be right back to Phoenix Christian High School after this.
Here to talk about Angel Dentistry. Angel Dentistry is where my wife and I have gone for the past 10 years and can't think of going anywhere else. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and practiced in the Valley nearly 20 years. Dr. Angel and her staff strive to provide excellent customer service from the moment you call the office to the time you leave with a smile. From general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008 and ask about the JV Sports Special, a free to-go whitened tray. With or without insurance, she will work with you. Off Cave Creek Road, north of the 101 in Phoenix, Angel Dentistry, trusted partner of the JV Sports Show.
At Great American Title, your peace of mind is our highest priority.
We're back to Phoenix Christian High School after the full timeout. 22-6 Cougars. 4:49 remaining here in the first half. Stay tuned here this evening on the JV Sports Show. We got a doubleheader for you. We got the guys coming up right after this one, right about 7:30 local time. 4:49 remaining here in the first half of this one. 22-6 Cougars over the Knights. Julia Cady now will inbound it to Tykira Jordan, as we have a line change now coming up for the Tempe Prep Knights. Trevino, it's stolen by Jalen Ross. She'll dribble it up the court, go off the window, no good, nearly get her own rebound. That one rebounded there by 25, Alanis Trevino, and a foul on the play. Foul is assessed to number 30, Jalen Ross, her first, fourth team foul for Phoenix Christian. And checking in for Coach Antonio McClary, number 23, Natalie Whitmer, number 5, Gabrielle Sabo, 35, Dacia Signs, and number 23 into the ballgame, Natalie Whitmer for the Knights. Stolen that time by Henrietta Kamara, who finds Gali Rivero. And she runs into number 35, Daisha Signs, the sophomore. Ball caroms out of bounds. It'll stay with the Phoenix Christian Cougars. 4:18 remaining here in the first half. 22-6 PC. Kamara now for three. Off the rim, no good. Hustle play at the sideline, off the Cougars. Knights basketball. Number 11, Sophie Young's in the ballgame now for Tempe Prep. She will inbound it. Daisha Signs brings it up now for the Knights. She lowers a shoulder there on Aurora Grimwade. No call. Stolen right there by Henrietta Kamara. Up to Grimwade. 2-on-1. Aurora Grimwade off the rim. No good, but a blocking foul is the call. So the freshman for Phoenix Christian, the foul is going to be assessed to number 11, Sophie Youngs, the freshman for Tempe Prep. That's her first. Fifth team foul for the Knights, and Aurora Grimwade will be at the line for the Cougars. First one no good for Grimwade, as number 3 checks in now for Phoenix Christian. And I do not have a number 3 on the Phoenix Christian roster. I'll have to talk to the coach about that one. That one no good. Rebounded by Tempe Prep, and right away stolen by the Cougars, Henrietta Kamara. Staunch defense there always by number 10 for the Cougars. She tries to set a screen there on Trevino, gets the ball back between the circles, and works to penetrate the defense. She does with a teardrop floater for Henrietta Kamara. She extends the Cougar lead now, 24-6 over the Knights. Daisha Signs now encountering that half-court press. That one stolen there by Alanis Jamerson. Over to Henrietta Kamara, off the window, no good. Jamerson with a rebound to Kamara to Grimwade. No good there. Jalen Ross under the basket, out to Aurora Grimwade. Gali Rivero, no good. And it's finally rebounded by Tempe Prep. But not before a foul is called on number 30, Jalen Ross. Her second. That's the 5th team foul on Phoenix Christian. 3:01 remaining here in the first half. And Tempe Prep will inbound the basketball. Working the ball now is number 14, Hannah Frazier. Frazier gets it into number 10, Julia Cady, off the window, no good. Grimwade with a hustle play there for Phoenix Christian. And what I feel is probably the worst call in sports, when someone lays themselves out to get a basketball, they move one single solitary inch and they get a traveling violation. 2:40 remaining here in the first half, 24-6 Phoenix Christian. It's Signs from the perimeter, no good. Ball nearly caroms out of bounds, saved by number 22, Grace Newman. That one recovered there now by Ainsley Ebert. Jamerson over to Henrietta Kamara. And here come the Cougars. Ainsley Ebert now top of the key into Aurora Grimwade. A sidestep, no good. Rebounded there by Julia Cady. And Signs and the Knights will bring it up once again. Getting it over to Kytira Jordan. It's stolen that time by Gali Rivero. She'll hit the Jets and take it all the way to the hoop for 2. Gali Rivero and Phoenix Christian extending the lead now to 20, 26-6 over Tempe Prep. Number 22 with a sidestep, Grace Newman, but unfortunately too many on that one. A traveling violation and a turnover as number 23, Brooklyn Blake, checks in now for Phoenix Christian. Just under 2 minutes remaining here in the first half, 26-6 Cougars. And here comes Gali Rivero. She sets it up, guarded by Trevino. Screen set there by Ainsley Ebert. They dribble it around. Jamerson now, she is tangled up inside the lane. A jump ball is the call, and the possession will go to Tempe Prep. Signs will inbound it now, and at number 12, once again, Tykira Jordan will bring it across. 1:20 remains here in the first half. Jordan trying to go all the way to the hoop. It's stolen by Jamerson over to Brooklyn Blake, who gets it over to the point guard, Gali Rivero. Rivero with a spin move in the lane, up and in off the window. Gali Rivero with a nice move there for Phoenix Christian. 28-6 Cougs. Daisha Signs finds a lane there. She has number 25, Alanis Trevino, under the basket, but she couldn't find the handle. Turns it over, and it'll be Cougar basketball. 45 seconds remain. Rivero over to Ebert. She looks for three. It's good. Ainsley Ebert for three. 31-6 Cougars. 31 seconds remain here in the first half. Signs gets it into 22, Grace Newman. They try to work it over to 14, Hannah Frazier, but it's stolen there by Ainsley Ebert. Aurora Grimwade with the hustle play to save the basketball on the baseline. Grimwade gets it back to Gali Rivero, and the Cougars now will work for the last shot of the half. Correction, they'll turn it over and give it to Tempe Prep. 8.9 ticks remain here in the first half. And here they come. Grace Newman, 5 seconds to shoot. She switches hands off the window. No good, gets her own rebound, and is fouled. That one will be assessed to number 23, Brooklyn Blake, her first. That's the 6th team foul, sending 22, Grace Newman, to the line, the senior, to shoot 2. First one up and almost good there for Grace Newman. 31-6 Cougars, 1.3 ticks remain here in the first half. Second one up and no good. So time for one heave-ho here for Phoenix Christian. And it'll be Ainsley Ebert from half court. And she nearly hits. Off the rim, no good, and that's how our first half will end. Our score, 31-6. Stay tuned, halftime festivities coming your way next. We'll step aside and take a short break. We'll be right back with the second half of action here from Phoenix Christian High School. You're watching 2A basketball here on the JV Sports Show YouTube channel. We'll be right back after this.
Here to talk about Angel Dentistry. Angel Dentistry is where my wife and I have gone for the past 10 years and can't think of going anywhere else. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and practiced in the Valley nearly 20 years. Dr. Angel and her staff strive to provide excellent customer service from the moment you call the office to the time you leave with a smile. From general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008 and ask about the JV Sports Special, a free to-go whitened tray. With or without insurance, she will work with you. Off Cave Creek Road, north of the 101 in Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, trusted partner of the JV Sports Show.
At Great American Title, your peace of mind is our highest priority. A real estate transaction can be a complicated and overwhelming process. Let us simplify it for you. With our comprehensive list of escrow and title services, we can facilitate any transaction. With branches across the valley and more on the way, Great American Title is big enough to know and small enough to care. Contact Tricia Shipley at 623-760-5866 or visit their website at azgat.com. Great American Title, proud partners of the JV Sports Show.
Hey, all you business owners. Vince here from the JV Sports Show. Are you a fan of junior college and small college sports? Want to reach an established and growing sports radio listening audience both locally and abroad? Partner up with the JV Sports Show. We can help promote your business while you help support exclusive coverage of junior college, NAIA, NC2A Division II and III sports. Check us out at www.jvsportshow.com and let us show you the benefits of partnering up with James and I on the JV Sports Show.
Long Realty is the go-to for all your real estate needs. Local buyer looking in the West Valley? Call our trusted partners at Long. Out-of-state friends looking for a home in the beautiful Valley of the Sun? Call Long. Selling? Call Long, and they'll make your home long gone. Call 623-584-5384 and mention the JV Sports Show to get a free market analysis. Long Realty, located in beautiful Surprise, Arizona on Grand Avenue. Sal's is synonymous with the best New York-style pizza hands down in the East Valley. My favorites are the lasagna pizza and grandma pizza topped with meatballs and olives. With family dinner specials every day of the year and lunch specials till 3, you can't go wrong with anything that Sal and his friendly staff serves you. Sal's Gilbert Pizza, located on the southwest corner of Gilbert Road and Warner in Gilbert. Open from 10:30 till 9 Sunday through Thursday and 10 p.m. Friday and Saturday. Closed Monday. GilbertPizzaAZ.com. Sal's Gilbert Pizza, proud partner of the JV Sports Show. Anna and Keith started Stessa Movement Company 2 years ago with their customers' clothing styles in mind. They designed for you. Their goal is to clothe the world. It's high-end clothing at affordable prices. Check out and follow this cool streetwear clothing company on Twitter at Stessa Movement and Instagram at Stessa Co. I wear Stessa gear in our broadcasts. It looks and feels great. Sponsoring the Stessa JV Sports Show Player of the Week Award and proud partners of the JV Sports Show. Stessa Movement Company. Stessa spelled S-T-E-S-A for style.
Inbound here.
No pressure.
Welcome back to Phoenix Christian High School. Our producer, Greg Jones, about to inbound the basketball there for a minute to start the second half. Phoenix Christian on top of Tempe Prep by a score of 31-6 as we get ready for the third quarter of action here on the JV Sports Show YouTube channel. So glad you joined us here this evening from Phoenix Christian High School. Our partner, Vince DeLisio, he is out at Camelback High School tonight calling the Spartans basketball game out there. A Spartan alum is Vince, so we wish him well tonight on the game out there at Camelback. Here inside Phoenix Christian, it's 31-6 as we're ready to go. Gali Rivero now controls for Phoenix Christian. Henrietta Camaro attempts to set a screen into Ainsley Ebert. They swing it around now to Nancy Felix. She does a little step back move out on the perimeter there. Gali Rivero now tries to penetrate. Henrietta Camaro fires away, no good. That one rebounded there nicely by Ainsley Ebert. Gali Rivero gets through the defense that time. A nice weak side rebound there for number 13, Malia Town, and she puts it up and in. 33-6 Cougars now, just inside the third quarter here. Hope everybody had a great week. Looking forward to the Super Bowl on Sunday. I'm taking the Niners. That's right, I said it, I'm taking the Niners. I got a few looks there, it's all right. 33-6 Cougs. Out of bounds on Phoenix Christian, it'll stay with Tempe Prep. Daisha Signs now inbounds the basketball to Jordan. Back over to Signs, she fires away for three, no good, off the rim. It's rebounded there by Natalie Whitmer. Whitmer tries to go at the basket and she is fouled. Number 22, Ainsley Ebert with the foul for Phoenix Christian. That is her first of the ball game. First team foul for PC. Natalie Whitmer, the junior, now shooting for the Knights. First one no good there for Whitmer. 6:59 remaining here in the third quarter. 33-6 Cougars. Second one in for Whitmer. Here comes Henrietta Camara and the Phoenix Christian Cougars. Over to Gali Rivero. She dribbles now between the circles. Sets up the play, looks for a screen. And a double dribble on the exchange there for PC. So a turnover, and it'll be Knights basketball as Daisha Signs inbounds for Tempe Prep. Jordan across the stripe now to Signs. They try to work it to the corner this time. Back towards the middle to Jordan. She fires away, no good. It's rebounded there by Nancy Felix. And Felix will bring it up now for the Cougars. A little fast break opportunity there. Camara now over to Gali Rivero. Head fake for Rivero. She drives, and a little teardrop floater there for Gali Rivero. 35-7 Cougars. Tykera Jordan now for the Knights. Alanis Trevino, no good. Rebounded that time by Gali Rivero. And here come the Cougars. Rivero will put it off the window, no good. Rebounded on the other end by Trevino, and she'll bring it up now. And she's fouled on the play. That one we'll double check. Will probably be assessed to number 10, Henrietta Camara. Indeed, that is the call. Non-shooting foul now as Daisha Signs will prepare to inbound from the far side, right in front of the Leary family there. Coach Jay Leary of the Phoenix Christian Cougars, the only football coach I've ever heard of to coach 4 running backs to 2,000 yards apiece. Here comes Ainsley Ebert. Dishes it off to Gali Rivero, loses the handle, but it stays with Phoenix Christian. As number 21, Aurora Grimway checks in now for the Cougars. Gali Rivero now on the far side. Back over here to Grimwade. Malia Town now over to Gali Rivero. She dribbles it around back to Grimwade, who will shoot. It's good for Aurora Grimwade, the freshman for Phoenix Christian. Officials timeout on the floor. Nancy Felix getting words of wisdom for our AIA officiating crew. Checking into the ballgame now for Tempe Prep. It'll be number 10, Julia Cady. Daisha Signs now gets it into Tykira Jordan, who will bring it up, and she will meet the Cougars half-court press. Ainsley Ebert swats that one away. It's rebounded nicely by Tempe Prep over to Jordan. It's stolen by Malia Town, and here comes Aurora Grimwade all the way to the basket, off the rim, and no good. Rebounded there by Nancy Felix. Jump ball is the call, and it will stay with Phoenix Christian. So a nice opportunity there for Aurora Grimwade, unfortunately unable to finish the layup for the Cougars. Grimwade now gets the basketball on the perimeter, gets it back over to Gali Rivero. She tries to penetrate and falls down. And they got a little tangle up there. The foul is going to be assessed to number 12, Tykira Jordan. That's her second. First team foul of the half for Tempe Prep. So now 22, Ainsley Ebert will inbound the basketball. Gets it into Gali Rivero on the three-point line. Rivero drives, kicks it out to Nancy Felix. Up for three, no good. Rebound there by number 22, Grace Newman. And Tykira Jordan will bring it up the floor now for Tempe Prep. She dribbles past Aurora Grimwade and past number 13, Malia Town. Kicks it over to number 10, Julia Cady. The sophomore shoots, misses, and it's rebounded by Phoenix Christian. Gali Rivero now brings it up for the Cougars. 4.5 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Aurora Grimwade now over to Gali Rivero for three. No good, off the rim. It's rebounded there by number 10, Julia Cady, the sophomore for Tempe Prep. And now Tykira Jordan will try to move the ball up the floor for the Knights. Here's Alyssa Trevino off the window, an assist that time over to Julia Cady, up and in. A nice assist there for Alanis Trevino, getting the ball to Julia Cady for the nice layup there for Tempe Prep. 37-9 Cougars with the lead. Nancy Felix now to Gali Rivero. A screen set there by Ainsley Ebert. They work it back inside to Ainsley Ebert, off the window and in. A little pick and roll there for Phoenix Christian. Beautifully executed there by the Cougars. 39-9 here. 3:40 remaining here in the third quarter. They get it into Newman, into Julia Cady, and off the window with a finger roll. A beautiful play there for Tempe Prep. 39-11 Cougars. Ainsley Ebert now gets it over to the point guard, number 2, Gali Rivero, the sophomore. She's a sophomore. Setting the screen is Ainsley Ebert. They get it into Aurora Grimwade. She falls down on the baseline. It's rebounded there by 22, Grace Newman. And the point guard now, Tykira Jordan, brings it up, the senior for the Knights. Trying to split the double team there, set by Nancy Felix and Aurora Grimwade. And the foul will be assessed to 5, Nancy Felix. Her second. That is the third team foul on Phoenix Christian. Checking in now for the Cougars, number 33, Hannah Trimble, and number 30, Jalen Ross. Daisha Signs now to inbound the ball for Tempe Prep. Gets it into Grace Newman. Tykira Jordan now dribbles around a screen set by Daisha Signs. Nice move there, but comes up empty. It's rebounded by Ainsley Ebert of the Cougars. Number 2, Gali Rivero trying to get it into 30, Jalen Ross, but it's stolen there by 25, Alanis Trevino, and here come the Knights. Signs now defended by Grimwade. Jordan fires away, unable to connect. Jump ball underneath the rim, and it will stay with Tempe Prep. 39-11 with 2:21 remaining here in the third quarter. So glad you joined us here this evening on the JV Sports Show YouTube channel. A little 2A basketball. Don't forget, we got the guys coming up immediately following this one, right about 7:30 local time. Foul underneath the hoop. That one will be assessed to number 22, Ainsley Ebert, her second. Fourth team foul now on Phoenix Christian of the half, and that'll send 22, Grace Newman, to the line, the senior, to shoot. First one up and no good for Grace Newman. Once again, special thanks to our camera operators tonight doing an outstanding job here this evening, Ben Consalvo and Kat Jones. Second one no good there for Grace Newman. Jump ball once again on the floor, and possession arrow indicates it will be Phoenix Christian basketball. 39-11, 2:16 remaining here in the third quarter. Gali Rivero now brings it across for the Cougars. Stands beginning to fill in here a bit at Phoenix Christian High School tonight. 33, Hannah Trimble penetrates the defense for Phoenix Christian, kicks it back out to Gali Rivero, and we have a 3 in the key is the call. Timeout on the floor, full timeout, says our AIA officiating crew, so we'll step aside, take the timeout with them. You're watching 2A basketball here on the JV Sports Show YouTube channel. We'll be right back to Phoenix Christian after this.
Here to talk about Angel Dentistry. Angel Dentistry is where my wife and I have gone for the past 10 years and can't think of going anywhere else. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and practiced in the Valley nearly 20 years. Dr. Angel and her staff strive to provide excellent customer service from the moment you call the office to the time you leave with a smile. From general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008 and ask about the JV Sports Special, a free to-go whitened tray. With or without insurance, she will work with you. Off Cave Creek Road, north of the 101 in Phoenix, Angel Dentistry, trusted partner of the JV Sports Show.
At Great American Title, your
After the timeout, 39-11 our score. 1:56 remaining here in the third quarter from Phoenix Christian High School. We're coming to you live from the Valley of the Sun, just off 19th Avenue and Indian School. Tempe Prep Knights visiting the crosstown Phoenix Christian Cougars tonight. We got the guys coming up next right about 7:30 local time. After this one is wrapped up. A long-range shot there from Dacia Signs, no good. Rebounded there by Alanis Trevino, who puts it up and in for the Knights. A nice recovery there for Trevino and a nice putback for Tempe Prep. 39-13 our score. Henrietta Camara now over to Gali Rivero. Back to Camara at the top of the key. Here's Grimwade. Back to, and a hole in the defense there. Exposed by number 2, Gali Rivero, but she comes up empty. Might have got poked in the eye there on that one. The ball will stay with Phoenix Christian as 22 Ainsley Ebert prepares to inbound it. She gets it into Gali Rivero, over to Henrietta Camara, back to Ebert on the far wing. Back over here to Gali Rivero. They try to work the ball inside. Henrietta Camara now to Hannah Trimble. She's going to make a move in the post. And she asserts her will. Jump ball is the call, and the Tempe Prep Knights will have possession. 39-13 with 1 minute remaining here in the third quarter. Special thanks as well to our sponsors of the JV Sports Show, Training Better Athletes, Coach Ron Sowers, the offensive line guru here in the Valley of the Sun. That one's stolen by the Cougars. Ainsley Ebert up the floor now. Henrietta Camara dishes off to Gali Rivero, off the window and in. Two-pointer there for Rivero, and a fast break beautifully executed there by Phoenix Christian. 41-13 now. In the middle of the floor, Grace Newman off the back of the rim, no good. Rebounded there by Ainsley Ebert. She gets up the floor in a hurry to Gali Rivero, who is contacted on the play there by number 12, Tykira Jordan. Foul is indeed on 12, Tykira Jordan, her third. Second foul of the half for Tempe Prep, a non-shooting foul, as number 14, Hannah Frazier, checks into the ballgame for Tempe Prep. Henrietta Camara now gets it into Aurora Grimwade. She fires away for three, no good. Rebounded there by Hannah Trimble. Hannah gets it back between the circles to Gali Rivero, who tries to dribble around a defender, gets it over to Camara. Dribbles around a Ainsley Ebert screen off the iron, no good. Rebound there by Hannah Trimble, puts it back up, no good as well. Henrietta Camaro swings it around, and that's how our third quarter will end. Our score, Phoenix Christian Cougars 41, the Tempe Prep Knights 13. We'll be right back to Phoenix Christian High School after this. You're watching 2A basketball here on the JV Sports Show YouTube channel.
James here to tell you about TBA, Training Better Athletes. Founded by renowned offensive line coach Ron Sowers, their philosophy is based upon training and building well-rounded athletes and young men. They are the go-to training program for talented offensive and defensive linemen seeking to excel in middle and high school programs and preparing to excel at the next level. Coach Sowers continues to prepare student athletes for their collegiate careers at schools such as Notre Dame, Arizona State, and Oregon State, just to name a few. Contact TBA today at 602-435-9064 or visit their website at trainingbetterAthletes.com. You can't cheat the grind.
That horn means we're back for our fourth quarter of action here from Phoenix Christian High School. The Cougars all over the Knights right now, 41-13. Phoenix Christian coming on with an overall record of 15-6. They're 6-1 in the section under head coach James Poovey, and first-year head coach Antonio McClary brings his ball club in with a record of 3-12 for Tempe Prep. Ainsley Ebert now prepares to inbound it to begin our fourth quarter from Phoenix Christian. Golly Rivero now will bring it across the time stripe. She looks to penetrate the defense, keeps it on the outside now to Kamara. Golly Rivero now directing traffic for the Cougars. She's going to work off the Ainsley Ebert screen. Switch hands up and under. In for the basket. It's Golly Rivero, the sophomore. Did I mention she's just a sophomore? 43-13 our score. A 30-point lead now for Phoenix Christian. Turnover on the play. It'll be PC basketball. Roll that clock. There we go. Golly Rivero now works off a Hannah Trimble screen, and she is called for a foul. That one assessed to Hannah Trimble, her first. Fifth team foul for Phoenix Christian, and we have a timeout on the floor. So we'll step aside, and we'll take the timeout with them. We've got a full timeout is our call. Thanks for joining us here this evening on the JV Sports Show YouTube channel. You're watching 2A basketball live from Phoenix Christian High School. We'll be back. Welcome back to Phoenix Christian High School. Our score 43-13. Phoenix Christian all over Tempe Prep right now, just inside the beginning moments of quarter number 4. Tempe Prep now inbounds. Tykira Jordan over to Daisha Sines, who works the perimeter. Back on this side now to Hannah Frazier. She pulls up and hits for 2. Nice little 15-footer there for Hannah Frazier, the freshman for Tempe Prep. Golly Rivero now sees the streaking Henrietta Camaro to the lane. No good. Rebounded there by Hannah Trimble over to Grimwade. Golly Rivero now drives the lane. No good. Grace Newman with the rebound for Tempe Prep, as Daisha Sines now encounters that half-court press for Phoenix Christian. Tykira Jordan now works the basketball. Grimwade now comes up to defend. Zone defense on now. 2-3 zone now for Coach James Poovey. And the Phoenix Christian Cougars, a 3-point play up and in for Tykira Jordan. Far side three ball. Up and in that time. A beautiful shot on the far side there for Jordan. A shoelace timeout really quick as number 3, Alanis Jamerson, checks in for Phoenix Christian. Also checking in now for the Cougars, it'll be 23, Brooklyn Blake. As number 21, Aurora Grimwade, has a seat on the bench. 5 minutes, 50 seconds remain here in the ball game. 43-18 Cougars. Ebert over to Jamerson, back out to Gali Rivero from the top of the key for 3. No good. It's Ainsley Ebert. Nearly rebounded there by Alanis Jamerson, but Grace Newman rebounds and picks up a double dribble. So the ball will go back to Phoenix Christian as Henrietta Camaro prepares to inbound it. Five minutes, 18 seconds remain here in the fourth quarter. Gali Rivero now to Alanis Jamerson. What a look. What a bullet pass right underneath the basket. Up and in for Jamerson. Great play there for Phoenix Christian. A great look from Gali Rivero to Alanis Jamerson. Here come the Knights. It's stolen by Ainsley Ebert. Number 5, momentarily, Gabrielle Sabo with the basketball for Tempe Prep. Gali Rivero now finds Jamerson once again at the hoop, and she is fouled. That one assessed to number 22 for Tempe Prep, Grace Newman. That is her third team foul for Tempe Prep. That'll send number 3, Alanis Jamerson, to the line for the Cougars. Up and in. Checking in now for the Cougars, number 20. Excuse me, that is number 20, Alanis Jamerson, checking in now for the Cougars. And 14 back into the ball game now, Hannah Frazier for Tempe Prep. Off the mark, it'll be Cougars basketball. That foul assessed to number 12 for Tempe Prep, Tykira Jordan. That's her 4th. That'll send number 2, Gali Rivero, to the line for Phoenix Christian. My mistake. Number 3 for Phoenix Christian tonight is number 3, Marissa Hennix. Alanis Jamerson is indeed number 20. Checking in now for the Cougars, it's number 12, who I don't have on the roster. There we go. I got to talk to the coach about that. Checking in now at number 5, I got her. It's Nancy Felix. And number 23 for Tempe Prep, it's Natalie Whitmer. Jordan now with the basketball for Tempe Prep, over to Sophie Youngs. Gets it back to Jordan. She fires away off the window. No good. Hennix with a rebound there for the Cougars. And it's thrown away. Here come the Knights. Oh, once again, it's Alanis Jamerson on the rebound. Up the floor in a hurry now. And recovered nicely on the far end there by Nancy Felix. A step move under the basket there. No good. Alanis Jamerson with a nice effort. And it's rebounded very nicely there by Sophie Youngs, the freshman, number 11 for Tempe Prep. Tempe Prep now working the basketball over to the near side. Jordan pulls up for a 12-foot jump shot. It's up and in. 47-20, a minute 40 remaining here in the ballgame. Alanis Jamerson uncontested under the basket, and it's no good. Out of bounds, but it stays with Phoenix Christian. Out of bounds, Tempe Prep basketball. 1 minute remaining here in the ball game from Phoenix Christian High School. We will try to catch Coach Tara Poovey as she comes off the court here just after tonight's contest. Jordan now with the basketball for Tempe Prep. They move it around. Number 5, it's Gabriella Sabo. She gets rid of it and swings it around. Number 14 now with the ball, Hannah Frazier. Foul assessed to number 5 on the Cougars. That's Nancy Felix, her third. 16 foul for Phoenix Christian. Non-shooting foul, so Tempe Prep now inbounding on the far side. 33 seconds remain. Jordan with the basketball now. She dribbles it around. Fires nearly in, no good. Jump ball underneath the hoop. And possession will stay with Tempe Prep. Sophie Youngs now will inbound the basketball. The freshman. 22 seconds remaining here in the ball game. A foul on the play. That is assessed to number 5, Nancy Felix, her fourth. Fourth foul of the night for the freshman. That'll send number 14 to the line, Hannah Frazier, to shoot 2. Frazier off the window, no good. Didn't make any contact with the rim, so that'll be essentially a turnover for Tempe Prep, and now Melissa Hennix will inbound the basketball for Phoenix Christian. Phoenix Christian swings it around. 5 seconds remain. Nancy Felix on the far corner. 3, 2, firing away, no good, and that's how our ball game will end. Our final score, Phoenix Christian 47, the Tempe Prep Knights 20. Stay tuned here on the JV Sports Show YouTube channel. We'll be right back to Phoenix Christian High School after this, and we'll catch up with head coach Tara Poovey. Stay tuned.
James here to tell you about TBA, Training Better Athletes. Founded by renowned offensive line coach Ron Sowers, their philosophy is based upon training and building well-rounded athletes and young men. They are the go-to training program for talented offensive and defensive linemen seeking to excel in middle and high school programs and preparing to excel at the next level. Coach Sowers continues to prepare student athletes for their collegiate careers at schools such as Notre Dame, Arizona State, and Oregon State, just to name a few. Contact TBA today at 602-435-9064 or visit their website at trainingbetterAthletes.com. You can't cheat the grind.
Welcome back to Phoenix Christian High School. I'm here with the victorious head coach, Tara Poovey. Coach, you guys had a great game tonight. Talk about the performance of your team. A lot of players stepped up tonight and really came in for your ball club.
Yes, thank you for that. I'm really proud of them. They're a young team, but it's not. I always tell them it's not how you start; it's how you finish. We started off a little rocky, called a couple timeouts, and they got their groove back. So if the starters can put forth the work, and we can have more members of the team come off the bench, then they're doing their job.
You guys improved to 16-6 on the season with the win tonight. Talk about your next game and the challenges that presents to you.
We have Scottsdale Prep coming on Monday. We haven't seen them yet. They're not in our region, but they are in our conference. We're looking for a good game. I don't like Monday games, but with this win, I'm feeling pretty good about it.
Well, good luck, Coach. Congratulations on the win tonight, and we'll catch up with you again very soon.
Thanks so much.
Thank you. Well, that'll do it here from Phoenix Christian tonight. Our final score, 68-20. 47-20, excuse me. Thank you, Coach. For our producer, Greg Jones, our camera operators, Kat Jones and Ben Gonsalvo, I'm James Poovey. Stay tuned here on the JV Sports Show YouTube channel. We'll be right back, and the fellows will be getting after it very shortly. Stay tuned.